determines if Raw Font is still in his prime. Because I'm starting to think he's past it. So this fight determines. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we are predicting the upcoming fight between Raul Font and Raul Rosas Jr. But before we get any further into the video, make sure you like and subscribe if you guys like seeing the content like this. Without further ado, let's get into it. So if we look at their resume, Raul, he's only lost to Christian Rodriguez, and ever since then, he's been dominant. He's been beating everyone he's fought so far. As for Raul Font, his last fight was against David Martinez. David Martinez took a short notice because it was Raul and Raul Font were supposed to fight at September 13th in Houston, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. But since Raul got injured during training camp, the fight was off. David Martinez took the replacement, and Raul Font lost. Raul Font, I feel like he could have thrown more. And instead of just using his boxing, because he's got really good boxing, he could have used his boxing, and if that didn't work, throw leg kicks at him, because the dude was moving really good. So if you see that someone can move really good, you got to take their legs away. If it's in a UFC match and you know they move really good, you take their legs away. That's what Raul Font should have done, but Raul Font just did it and ended up losing the fight. I feel like this determines if Raul Font is still in his prime. Because I'm starting to think he's past it. So this fight determines if he is or is not. As for Raul, it's going to show if he's ready for the top 15 or not. Because I feel like Raul, he could have beat David Martinez. But he just didn't have the smartest game plan. I think because he knew he was going to fight Raul. And I'm pretty sure he probably didn't know who David Martinez was. So he probably thought that he could just do the same thing over and over again. But it didn't end up working and ended up losing. So if Raul Font comes and does the same thing like he did with David Martinez, I think he could possibly win because Raul's footwork compared to like David Martinez, I think Raul, head movement, I should say, David Martinez is better. But I wouldn't just throw punches the entire time. Raul is probably gonna swoop them and go for a takedown. Because Raul, he's really good at wrestling. I feel like the only thing that he really needs to fix is his striking. If he gets his striking a little better, he'll be good. Because I know he's got good striking, but it could be better though. I think it could be better. I think he needs to go to like a nice boxing gym, like a boxing gym for like UFC fighters, and to get his boxing up. I think the best person that I think you should get like boxing lessons from is someone like Dustin Poirier or something. One of those guys, like one of the legends like Dustin Poirier, Rashad Evans, Gaethje. Even like if you want to get your striking up, go to Alexander Volkanovski. His boxing's pretty good, and even Jack. One of those guys, Jack Della Maddalena. One of those guys. If he can get his striking better, he'll be good. Cause I feel like I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know why. But wrestlers seem to have good hands now. Because if you saw Alex Perez against Charles Johnson, his hands were way better. And I was like, wow. If Raul could get his hands working good and know how to throw like combos and like now I would say knock people out or like wobble somebody, he'll definitely be ready for the top of the level. And I'm not saying he ain't ready, but I don't know if he'll beat Raul Font. Because of the striking. I feel like if you have good boxing pressure like how Raul Font does, I think Raul is losing that fight. I think so. Because even if Raul tries to shoot for a takedown when Raul Font's pressuring him with the boxing, Raul Font knows how to wrestle too. So he can easily defend a takedown, or if you get him on the ground, he can probably reverse positions. That's why I think it's a little dangerous for Raul. I would rather see him fight someone like Payne Talbot, even though Payne seem to do pretty good, but I think I would rather see that fight, because I think that fight's really interesting. Someone like that, but Raul Font, I don't know if Raul has he's only 20 years old. I don't know if I don't know if he'll be able to beat Raul Font. If he does, that's good for him, but I just don't see that happening though. I really don't. I see Raul Font beating him. But if Rob Font can't beat him, I'm definitely going to think he should retire. I'm starting to think it might be the end of his era and Cheeto's era. Because I know I mentioned Cheeto, but Cheeto and Rob Font haven't been looking good in their last fight. You know, Cheeto's last fight was pretty close, but Rob Font's fight wasn't really that close. I'm starting to think it might be the end of their era. They had a close fight with each other too, so I'm going to just say this. Because Cheeto has a fight coming up. He loses that fight. If Rob Font does, they should both fight each other and then call it a day. That's what I'm saying. Call it a day. What do y'all lose? If both y'all lose, they fight each other, call it a day. But now, what do I think they could do? Rob Font, he needs to use, like I said, he needs to use his heavy pressure. He needs to have heavy pressure with his boxing, and he needs to implement on throwing more. This is what he really needs to do. Because I feel like he could throw a little more. He didn't really throw as much like he did against David Martinez. He needs to implement on throwing a little more, not so much for where there's counter opportunities for you to get knocked out. But that's what he needs to do. As for Raul, he needs to get better striking, and he also needs to implement his wrestling too into tricking Rob Font into striking, and then shoot for a takedown. That's what I think Raul should do. If Raul does that and gets him on the ground and gasses him out, go for a submission or knockout. But now I'm gonna say this again. Who do I have winning this fight? Rob Font I think by decision or by knockout, one of the two. I don't know if Raul will be able to handle the type of boxing pressure that Rob Font has. That's my final decision. But that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if you guys like seeing the content like this, and I'll see y'all in the next one.